If you cook regularly, this video may explain why you cough, feel breathless, get headaches, or feel tired without knowing the cause. Let me ask you a simple question. When last did you really notice the smoke in your kitchen? Not just thick smoke from firewood, I mean the smoke from your gas cooking, frying oil, charcoal, kerosene, closed kitchens, poor ventilation, the kind of smoke we breathe in every single day and ignore. Many people think kitchen smoke is only a problem when you use firewood or charcoal to cook, but that is not true. Don't worry, this video will open your eyes today. Any cooking method that produces smoke or fumes can affect your health if ventilation is poor. This can be firewood, charcoal, kerosene, gas cooking, frying frequently, cooking in a closed kitchen without proper airflow. Kitchen smoke is not just smoke, for your information. It contains tiny particles and gases that enter your lungs every time you breathe. And you know where this happens the most? It's very common in small apartments, face me I face you houses, compounds, kiosks, roadside food businesses, homes that cook indoors during gas or power scarcity. You know those period of time when there is no gas or there is no light, then you prefer to cook inside your room. Maybe you use electric cooker, to cook. Then kitchen with closed windows with no extractor fan. Many people are exposed daily without even knowing it. And this is when you need to know what is inside kitchen smoke. Okay, I've been talking about kitchen smoke. What is that thing you need to fear inside kitchen smoke? Kitchen smoke contains carbon monoxide. When food burns, oil overheats, and then the smoke releases carbon monoxide, fine particles, irritating gas. All these things are not what you can see with your naked eyes. They are not visible dangers. That is why you don't realize it. But once you inhale them, they irritate your airways and then they reduce the oxygen your body is getting. And you know one thing, this kitchen smoke usually give us some symptoms that people exposed to them will have, but they will ignore because they can't imagine that their kitchen smoke can cause them harm. They can't even have that mentality that why will my kitchen smoke be giving me this kind of issue. So what are these common symptoms? These people usually complain of persistent cough, chest tightness, shortness of breath. They complain of tiredness after cooking. No matter the length of time they sleep, even 8 hours or more, they still feel kind of weak. They complain of headaches, high irritation, dizziness. Many of them think it is stress. Of course, who would have thought it's smoke? They believe, well, it's just stress from cooking, but they don't know the smoke has its own parts. So it is not just stress. Then another point I want to make clear is that people cooking with gas, they used to believe that, oh, I'm cooking with gas, so I don't have any issue with kitchen smoke. Of course, they believe that gas is safe, but gas is not always safe. I'm here to tell you that don't say gas is always safe. Why? Because gas is cleaner than firewood, of course. Of course, because firewood, you can see that smoke is even coming out, but gas, you hardly see smoke coming out from gas. But frying often. If you fry often, or you overheat your oil, or you cook in a closed kitchen with closed windows and there's no extractor fan, it still releases harmful particles. The gas still releases fumes. So you see, the danger is not just what you cook with. The danger is in where you cook and how you cook. So if you keep on ignoring the kitchen smoke or you are exposed to it repeatedly for a long time, it can worsen asthma. It can cause chronic bronchitis. It can reduce lung function, increase respiratory infection, affects children and elderly faster. You know, children, they inhale more air per body size, so it affects them sooner. What can you do in order to prevent yourself from these harsh chemicals and fumes that can affect your health badly? I know in some situations you might not have options, you might not have alternatives like because of financial status and everything, but to every issue there must be a slight thing you can do to at least help yourself. For example, always open windows when cooking. When you are using your gas, you are using firewood, you cook outdoor, and you don't stay close to the firewood smoke. Only when you go to check, even when you are checking, you can use nose mask. This thing is about health. It's not just something that we just discuss without any. I'm saying this because your health matters here. Open your windows, allow fresh air, inflow of air, so that the smoke can dilute into the air. Use an extractor fan if possible. Avoid overheating your oil. You know, the more you overheat oil, there will be more smoke production, right? Then if there's a situation whereby even after you open your window, there's still smoke build up, then step out. Step out from that smoke until it fades. Then keep your children out of smoky kitchen. You can't be frying fish, frying this, frying that with too much smokes and still keep children indoors. That is not safe. And if you cook at the roadside or food businesses, try to make sure that there's proper airflow, not enclosed spaces. And you see, cooking feeds the body, but breathing in smoke while cooking damages the body you are trying to feed. If you cook daily, this is very important to you. You don't skip this video. Many everyday things we think are harmless are quietly affecting our health. In my last video, something as simple as hair freshener almost damages someone's lungs too. So you never can tell. So save this video as a reminder and send it to someone who cooks for their family, because many health problems don't start in the hospital, they start at home. So do your best and remember that your health matters here.